lead. Jim Durham and Greg Kelser here at courtside at Boise State. This is our first of two this afternoon in the second round. As we take a look at the brackets, West Virginia moving through into the second round with their big win over Temple. Cincinnati avoiding the upset against Northern Arizona as DeJuan Baker hit a three-pointer with 3.6 seconds left to carry the Bearcats on. We may have finishes like that this afternoon here.
You know, I think this game is going to be very competitive because there is no intimidation on the floor. Both teams have strong players. They're going after one another, and the officials are letting them play thus far.
And, of course, we've got a power forward matchup that we will be keeping an eye on today, and there it is, Brannan and Solheim. Cincinnati with the ball in play, knocked loose, and another turnover. West Virginia on the attack. Loose ball recovered by Cincinnati. Baker out with it ahead to Martin.
There was no way that they were going to be able to get that shot off with Martin getting back. He's one of the best shot blockers in the nation, and his timing is excellent as he showed on that play, getting the block without the foul.
Adrian Pledger couldn't shake him. Jones a steal, and he was fouled in the backcourt. The foul is on Baker. So Baker picking up that foul, his first, 3 team fouls on Cincinnati. Jared West, Adrian Pledger, Brett Solheim. Now Jones. Greg Jones with a 2-point goal, and it's a 3-point lead for the Mountaineers.
Jones is a streaky shooter, so you hate to have him knock that first one down if you're Cincinnati, because you know that builds his confidence, and he can be very dangerous.
West Virginia really getting after the Bearcats. Reuben Patterson has it blocked by Gorey, but a foul call.
Get a good look at Gail Catlett, who yesterday says, hey, we're going to pressure. We've been pressuring all year. It's no secret. And so far, that pressure has been a big part of their success thus far.
Patterson has 4 points in the game. Well, this day opens with some battle between UNC Charlotte and North Carolina going to overtime before the heels prevail.
You know, the amazing thing, those two schools, very close in proximity, had never played. Well, I think that UNC Charlotte used that opportunity today to say, hey, we think we're just as good, and taking North Carolina, the #1 seed and the #1 team in the nation, to overtime says a lot about that team and program.
And this game that we're working has had a rivalry that's been dormant for about 20 years as well. Pledger stays with it. This is his game, attacking the basket. And for a little guy, he gets the offensive rebound and recovers.
And each time they score, it gives them an opportunity, West Virginia, to set up their pressure. And as we said earlier, they've come away with 3 steals thus far. Cincinnati not a real good job of handling the basketball.
Myrick up against the 10-second count. And he takes a 20-second timeout with 25 on the shot clock.
Now that means there's a 10-second violation, and Gail Catlett pointing to the shot clock right now saying, hey, they never crossed half court.
So a 20-second timeout taken, 12:46 left in the half, a 3-point lead for West Virginia.
The argument is that you get 10 seconds to bring the ball over half court. There's the shot clock right there. It's at 25, meaning 10 seconds have already elapsed. Cincinnati catches a break.
You know, the difference between the college and the pro rules is that in the pros, you now would have 1 second to get the ball across the 10-second line. That's providing they are saying that you still had time to get it across.
Yeah, now you get an entirely new 10.
Yep.
And no problem crossing now. There's still plenty of time to work your offense if you're Cincinnati.
Melvin Levitt, number 21 in the game. 12 and a half minutes left for the half. 6 to shoot.
So
3 on the clock. Horton nearly double dribbles. At any rate, it's a shot clock violation.
Cincinnati has been very indecisive in their attack, and Horton stays on the floor in some pain.
The trainer being called for off the Cincinnati bench.
Now the shot clock is winding down. Horton loses the handle, and then as he's scrambling for the basketball, gets hit in the head, goes down, and he hasn't moved.
So we have this delay here with 12:20 left in the half. Michael Horton, who appeared to be knocked unconscious on this play, which turned into the 5th turnover by Cincinnati, and hopefully nothing more serious than that.
Look right there.
Oh, he got clipped by the elbow.
And you know, it doesn't take much. Whenever you get hit in the head area, it doesn't take much to have your equilibrium knocked off. They're going to help him up to his feet right now and gets a nice hand.
He is going to go slowly to his feet. Good to see Michael Horton having regained consciousness as the Cincinnati and the medical staff working this region take a look at him.
Again, a lot of hesitation. You're going to see the elbow catches Horton right across the forehead, but still a lot of hesitation, second guessing in Cincinnati's attack, and it's really, really hurting them right now. Give West Virginia credit for that.
Greg Jones with that elbow that clipped Horton, and a hug from Coach Bob Huggins as he heads for the sideline. Upcoming today in the East, Princeton and Michigan State. Greg Kelser will be interested in that result. They tip at 2:59 Eastern. West Virginia the ball. Damian Owens controlling. They lead by 3. A little over 12 minutes left. Jones sticks a 3.
Again, we talk about a streak shooter. Now, when a guy like Jones gets it going, hey, he can knock down 6 or 7 in a row before he misses, so you always try to keep him off stride.
Owens the steal. Missed on the tip, but a foul called. And it's on Levitt.
Number 21,
Melvin Levitt with his first. And a timeout taken. 11:56 left in the half. West Virginia with its biggest lead.
Boise, West Virginia by 5. You're going to see Ruben Patterson with the basketball right here. Now look at Solheim, who's giving up defensive position here when he reaches. That's going to allow Patterson to get into the lane. This guy, Baker's going to float down to the wing and get himself a wide open jump shot. When he reaches, he gets himself in trouble. That allows the penetration, the kick out, and easy basket.
Ruben Patterson scoring the layup to make it 24-21. And now on a pass to the inside, a foul called on West Virginia. Damian Owens has the foul. You know, the best place to follow all the tournament action is on CBS Sportsline. Go to keyword CBS Sportsline on America Online. 7:19 for the half. Cincinnati on a run. Bob Huggins' club was down by 11. Now they're back to within 3.
They've scored 7 straight points, but they've settled down offensively. They're handling the pressure West Virginia is deploying.
And in this first half, West Virginia almost delivered the knockout punch, literally, when an elbow clipped Michael Horton and knocked him out momentarily. But Horton is back into the game. Horton, number 11. Jones a pickup. Jared West taking a look. You know, during this stretch, the Bearcats have been able to keep West Virginia in a half-court game, Greg.
Well, part of that is because they've been able to take care of the basketball. Now a turnover by West Virginia.
And Patterson with a finish. Ruben Patterson with 11. A 20-second timeout taken by the Mountaineers, whose 11-point lead has all but gone. It's down to 1.
Greg Gumbel in New York as they approach 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Cincinnati closes to within 1 of West Virginia. We'll keep you updated on what's happening in that game in Boise. But for those of you awaiting the tip-off of Game 2 in Hartford between 5th-seeded Princeton, 4th-seeded Michigan State, we're going to send you out to the Hartford Civic Center for the opening moments of that game right after this.
Michigan State. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hartford. Gus Johnson along with John Sunvold and Princeton, the number 5 seed, the highest seeded Ivy League team ever. They're ranked 8th in the nation. And I tell you what, against UNLV on Thursday, John, they put on a basketball clinic.
Yeah, an offensive clinic indeed. And what they do, they've got great shooters. They keep the back doors open. And when they do, they wear the defense down. But take a look at this area. The paint area is always open because they have 5 great outside shooters. When you wear down, the clock wears down. They backdoor you. They put it in the hole. They frustrate you defensively. But one thing about it, Michigan State, pretty good defensive squad.
And Michigan State, the surprise team in the Big Ten Conference this season. They were the co-champions with Illinois. Tom Izzo has his squad playing very well. One reason, their sensational little point guard.
Yeah, Mateen Cleaves, a true leader on the floor. He's vocal in the timeouts. He's vocal on the court in practice. He can score it when he wants to, but he's a great assist man. He's physical. He's a challenge for the Princeton Tigers this afternoon.
And the starting lineups, we start with Princeton, Llewellyn, Mustalio, Goodrich in the front court, Henderson and Earl, dynamic backcourt for Princeton. Meanwhile, for Michigan State, Charlie Bell had 22 points against Eastern Michigan. That was a career high. He's only a freshman from Flint. Now let's check in with Armin Kateya.
Gus, not surprisingly, both coaches issued challenges to their team in the locker room. Bill Carmody told his team, you're supposed to be these hotshot basketball players. Well, I read about in the newspapers, the only thing that can stop us is if you're intimidated by a team like Michigan State. Let me see what you've got. As for Tom Izzo, he told his team, we've convinced ourselves all year long, we've done it with defense. That's what we need to do today.
All right, Armin. So Michigan State, they implemented a 3-2 zone against Eastern Michigan. And the result was terrible three-point shooting for the Eagles. Can they do it against this Princeton team?
Well, a different style team. Boykins and Dial wanted to shoot the jump shots. I don't think so. I think they'll mix it up. They were solid in the zone. But let's see early if they put a man-to-man defense and get into the chest of the Princeton Tigers.
That's right. That collar gets a little tight in March. Bill Carmody's second season at Princeton, 51-5. He replaced the legendary Pete Carrill. And your officials, John Clockerty, Ted Valentine, and Mark Reichling. The Princeton Tigers, 27-1. They were 14-0 in the Ivy League. And they have the ball to begin this game.
And Goodrich stole the tap early. Always watch the lane, the paint area. Michigan State man-to-man, they keep it open so that Goodrich can work down low or they can backdoor for easy layups.
Michigan State, a very physical team. Earl for 3. First one misses. And here's Mateen Cleaves in transition. Lost it, stolen away by Mitch Henderson.
And Llewellyn made the steal from behind. He didn't finish the steal. He made the tip away.
Mitch Henderson, senior from Culver, Indiana. Just a terrific athlete, one of the best athletes you'll see in the NCAA.
Henderson is a one-man on Princeton that can beat people off the dribble.
There's the patience on offense by the Tigers.
Tom Izzo's team yesterday worked on defending, putting your hand down low when they go backdoor because there's so many bounce passes.
6 to shoot. Goodrich for 3. Came up short. Cleaves with the rebound. And the man-to-man bounce pass, Antonio Smith, and he got it to go.
Off on the run. We saw the other night on Thursday evening. Princeton had a hard time containing the UNLV Rebels on the break or even in the half-court set.
And the mistake for UNLV may have been sitting in the zone a little too long. Michigan State coming out playing man-to-man from the very beginning. Henderson to the bucket, but he shuffled his feet and traveled.
Princeton off to a slow start, not intimidated, very confident young group of players. They all pass it well, dribble it well, all great outside shooters.
Here's Charlie Bell, double teamed in the backcourt. Got it over the line, Antonio Smith, and he'll find Mateen Cleaves.
And we'll see how Princeton wants to line up defensively. So far it looks like a man. We'll have to see when Cleaves cuts if they follow him through.
John, looks like some kind of zone.
Well, still straight man-to-man because Michigan State hasn't done anything offensively. They're just standing in one position. But when they move, they're starting to follow him by the man.
Cleaves for 3, and he baked it in. He buried it in.
And if he gets gets off to a good start from the outside. He is oh so dangerous.
And Michigan State out to a 5-0 lead. But we saw this with UNLV on Thursday. They got out to a quick lead as well.
Well, Princeton, they've played together a long time. They've been there in the program. They understand each other. They don't get frustrated. They have to shoot the ball well outside, though, Gus, or they're not very effective.
Charlie Bell. And the Spartans are all business to begin this one.
Well, young Mr. Bell, you talked about the fact that he had 22 Thursday night. He starts early in this ball game.
And the Spartans 3 for 3. They lead 8-0. And a three-point field goal so far. The Tigers 0 for 3. At one time against UNLV, they hit 8 straight.
And outside of playing North Carolina, Gus, this will be the best defensive team that Princeton has faced. Look at them help each other. They're ready for backdoors. They're challenging shooters.
And another miss for Princeton. 0 for 4 from downtown. Into the front court, Jason Klein deep in the corner. And he stroked it.
What a start by the Michigan State Spartans.
4 for 4 from the field. For MSU, they lead 10-zip.
Another guy that tries on confidence from the outside. Jason Klein knocks in his first shot.
And look at him get up on Princeton players around the perimeter.
And they're being physical. Every cut by a Princeton player, they're physical, they're bumping, and they're trying to help out.
Foul inside.
Looks like they got Andre Hudson with his first personal as they went backdoor. When they make the backdoor cuts, this Michigan State team is putting a body on the cut.
And defensively for Michigan State, Tom Izzo in practice yesterday. As the jump shot in the corner is good by Earl, but Tom Izzo trying to teach a different philosophy for this squad.
Well, the game normally is played up above. A lot of passes are thrown over the top, and he started talking about, hey, they're going to bounce pass it down low, get your hands ready, below the waist, not above it.
Tipped in, and the Spartans continue to roll. They lead 12-3, and you can see how big and how much more physical they are than the Tigers.
One of the weaknesses of this Princeton team is rebounding. And Michigan State, the best rebounding team in the Big Ten, they average over 16 offensive rebounds a game.
Henderson.
Good defense by Cleve. Oh, what a tough call. He had good low post. He had good position. He reached around trying to steal the ball.
So Mateen Cleaves called for his first foul. 15:56 to go in the first half of play. 12-3, Michigan State.
Michigan State fouls With Sarma Gatan, I'm down here at the sideline where it's 17-15 Michigan State. You know, there's one player missing for the Princeton team, Chris Kilburn-Peterson. He's not injured or he's not suspended or anything. He's actually a vacuum cleaner salesman at the moment. He's in Thailand where he's making a marketing pitch to the Taiwanese people about a vacuum cleaner that's virtually silent. We asked the players about him yesterday. They said, we love Chris, but you know what? We don't understand what he's talking about half the time. Gus.
All right, Arvin, there's the empty chair.
Hey, Gus, you know what? I've already done that. At home, my wife thinks I run a silent vacuum. I get it out. I just don't make any noise with it. Great story.
17-15, Michigan State.
3-2 zone by Michigan State. They will be active out front. This bothered Eastern Michigan on Thursday night.
Here's Henderson.
Notice, Gus, they don't waste time dribbling a lot of time. It's just quick passes and quick hits.
Backdoor knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Spartans.
8 seconds left on the shot clock.
And the field goal shooting in the first 5 minutes, Princeton 1 of 5. Since then, 5 of 7. Here's Llewellyn, and partially blocked into the hands of Charlie Bell.
Good defense by Wiley to come out and make the block. He is the shot blocker when he comes in the lineup for Michigan State.
Senior from Osborne High School in Detroit. Wiley posted up, turned baseline side, and Thomas, David Thomas, with the board, and a new shot clock for the Spartans. Cleave. 15-footer Wiley.
Oh, what a touch. Doesn't score a lot, nearly 7 points a game, and a lot of them are down low, but that's a good way to start for that young man.
And 4 points for DeJuan Wiley. And the Spartans go ahead 19-15.
They're going to stay in the zone across the front line.
If you're Princeton, how do you figure this out?
Well, one thing is, see the man in the middle, they will continue to slide through the middle sometime, and you keep ball moving, get it inside so that the zone collapses, then you have quick hits outside. These guys are good shooters. That's what they did against UNLV. They continue to cut that lane.
Mustalio. And Cleves with the rebound. On the run with the numbers. Charlie Bell freed himself, let it go. David Thomas picked up the loose change, missed the layup, but somehow it was tipped in.
Antonio Smith down low, the workhorse. The warrior underneath.
He's got that football player's mentality. His brother Fernando plays for the Vikings. His other brother is a defensive end for Michigan State. 21-15, Goodrich. And a whistle and reach-in foul.
And I'm sure Tom Izzo watched the ball game the other night. Princeton solved UNLV's defense after they'd run it a while. Here's Charlie Bell, who shot the ball so well the other night. Looked like he might have gotten hit on the elbow. That ball came up way short. David Thomas with his second offensive rebound kept it alive, and Antonio Smith knocked it in.
17th foul called against Michigan State with 8:33 to go in the first half. And that sends Steve Goodrich to the line 1-1. And it rims out.
Goodrich struggling with his shot early from the outside. Smith wants it on the block, Gus.
Bell pops out. Here's Wiley. Catch and shoot. And a whistle and foul.
David Thomas, maybe? I think so.
That's his second. And it sends the Tigers to the line again.
Michigan State foul number 11, David Thomas.
And the team fouls.
Second personal foul.
Michigan State, they've committed 8. Princeton 2.
Back into the Spartans, number 4.
Maybe a little over aggressive, the Spartans.
Well, they want to attack the glass, and you're probably right. The Princeton, a 68% free throw shooting team, you don't want to give them 3 points this early in the ball game. 8:16 left in the first half.
And Henderson misses the free throw. Tapped back out. And picked up by Brian Earl in the backcourt. 21-15, approaching the 8-minute mark of the first half. The number 5 seeded Princeton Tigers and the number 4 Michigan State Spartans here in the East.
Smith and Wiley have to be active in the low position down low and the zone, or you get caught like that. Smith was out playing defense on the wing. He did not get back quick enough. Goodrich with the catch and the release. Take a look. Smith is way up on the top. Goodrich steps inside. He doesn't get back soon enough. The left hand, the foul. They go back to the free throw line. Good ball movement. Well, right on the money. Good position by Steve Goodrich in the paint.
So Antonio Smith called for the foul. And he sits down. And Steve Goodrich at the line. And he has the free throw. And there's his dad, Hurd, getting on his feet. 7:51 to go. His team down 21-18.
Michigan State will keep you updated on the progress of that game with the score at the top of your screen. But take this moment to tell you what's happening in Boise, West Virginia, and Cincinnati. It is 37-36 Cincinnati. The Bearcats wearing the white, and they're just underway in the second half. And a very interesting matchup of coaches with Gail Catlett of West Virginia, the former Cincinnati coach, and Bob Huggins, a WVU graduate.
Exactly, and these two teams very interesting in that they play frenetic type styles. Cincinnati really tries to slam you on the glass. In the first half, they had problems with turnovers. West Virginia, all seniors start for them. They do a good job pressuring you, trying to make you play fast and out of rhythm.
You talk about the glass. Clark, Cincinnati out-rebounding West Virginia at this point 24-13.
They really attack the glass. When they get decent floor spacing, Baker is one of their better shooters. Levitt comes off the bench to give them scoring. But what they do is really defend and pound the glass.
Doesn't do you any good to pound the glass if you continue to turn the ball over. They have 12 turnovers so far today.
You know what happens when you have a lot of turnovers, right?
Please tell me.
Kind of like breakfast, right? Eventually, if you keep missing breakfast, it's going to catch up with you just like turnovers do.
And with that pearl in your hip pocket, we'll wrap things up and send you back to the Hartford Civic Center. 21-18, Michigan State. Gus Johnson, John Sunvold.
Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Michigan State leading Princeton 25-22. Michigan State, the number 5 seed, and Princeton, the number 4. Change that. Princeton, the number 5 seed. Michigan State, the number 4. Excuse me. And so far, Princeton on the season, a 39% three-point shooting team. 23% in the first half, 3 of 13.
Well, the changing defenses. And again, Michigan State outstanding with their quickness on the defensive end. They get into the shot line.
A.J. Granger breaking to the basketball, finds Cleves, along with Antonio Smith, Charlie Bell, and Jason Klein.
Cleves gets it, pressure off. Princeton sets up in a half-court defense. They have stayed in the man-to-man.
Charlie Bell, pull-up jump shot. Follows his shot, got it back. Blocked by Goodrich and tapped to Earl.
Bell not quite as confident with the release of the ball. Looks like he's holding on to it a little bit too long.
Here's Earl at 21 against UNLV. Hesitation, got to the basket, cross court. Llewellyn. And it's picked up by Cleves. 3 of 14 now for the Tigers.
Yeah, Llewellyn 1 of 4. He's taken some from deep, but he's pretty good set shooter outside.
And Antonio Smith fouled inside. And that's what you talked about on Thursday, John. With Princeton, you have to hope that they miss some shots.
Yeah, give you an opportunity because they're all good shooters. Guys outside, they all move the ball well, and they're going to get open looks. And this is what Michigan State wants to do. Pound it inside big Antonio Smith, see if he can get to the foul line or get some baskets.
Antonio, the co-captain, got the first one to go.
Only about a 54% free throw shooter.
And he has 6 points.
Those were pretty smooth.
Look confident there. 3:05 to go in the first half. 27-22. Michigan State. Goodrich again in the hole, and he got the bounce. 9 points for Steve Goodrich. Mateen Cleves and a whistle and foul.
Good poise, good strength by Charlie Bell. He was trapped right past the half-court line, but he didn't get frustrated. Wait to get the ball to Cleves, and then the reaching from behind by Mustalio.
Princeton foul number 15, James Mustalio. His second personal foul.
So Mustalio with the foul. His second. 4th team foul against Princeton.
Brian Earl does give Mateen some room to work. He's hit 2 for 2 from beyond the three-point line, though.
Granger. Cleves. Penetrated and a bad pass.
And actually, I think he had the layup. Goodrich faked at him and went back to his man. Cleves threw it right to him.
Michigan State once again in the man-to-man. You haven't seen a lot of backdoors from Princeton today. Michigan State schooled pretty well.
Antonio Smith doing a nice job on the high pick and roll. He's playing center field down low and just waiting for cutters, and has been in the way of the Princeton men.
Llewellyn got his own rebound. He has 7. Gabe Llewellyn is the young man that hit the game-winning shot against UCLA on a backdoor cut as they knocked off the defending national champions 2 years ago.
Yeah, actually to the day, March 14th. So
Cleves. And Mateen Cleves has 10.
there's a reason why this young man voted Big Ten Player of the Year by the coaches.
Earl around the screen. And his rattles down. Both teams making shots. We're tied at 29 with 1:22 to go in the first half.
And Tom Izzo wants a 22nd timeout. Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive end. Guys coming around screens. You can't give Brian Earl even a step, and he's talking to Mateen Cleves about it.
So Michigan State holds on to the basketball. 22nd timeout call. So what we've seen early on, Princeton came out in the first half of play here 1 of 5. Then they hit 5 straight. Michigan State answered.
Yeah, Michigan State contingent. The problem the Spartans are having on the offensive end, Gus, they have 10 turnovers. And it's a little sloppy play like the one Cleves went to the hole, threw it behind his head. Just some sloppy mistakes. And again, that's multiplied against a good, smart team like the Princeton Tigers. Princeton, you know, will make some shots, and they'll make little runs off and on. Their runs are different than explosive teams like Kansas or Carolina. Those teams run and score on you maybe inside. This team waits for those three-pointers to start dropping in. Then they start picking you apart by the passing and the cutting.
Phil Beelan, a sophomore from Palos Verdes, California, checks into the game for the Princeton Tigers. He's number 35. And with 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining, we are tied at 29 apiece. Antonio Smith all alone for a reason. Away from the basket, not his range. Here's Cleves. Crossing over, pull up, jump shot, got it.
Wow. They put Mitch Henderson, the best athlete, on Cleves and didn't make a difference.
Cleves, also a great football player in high school, played defensive back. They wanted him to play football at Michigan State, but he decided to concentrate just on hoops.
He looks like he could play defensive back right now. 6'2", about 190, strong, physical, and quick.
Back door's not open for Princeton so far, under a minute to go. Mason Rocca, also in the game, wraps it around and a foul.
Oh, Michigan State solid for about 30 seconds on the defensive end. Princeton will continue to throw bounce passes, and Tom Izzo frustrated. He didn't think that was a good call.
His first personal foul.
We were down to about 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
And Gabe Lewellis adds the first free throw, the 11th team foul against Michigan State in the first half of play.
What surprises me about Princeton, not a very good free throw shooting team at 68%. That's okay, because these guys are all great shooters. Lewellis only shoots 72%.
Second one is in as well. 36.8 to go in the first half. We're tied at 38. At 31, rather. And a 20-second timeout called by Princeton. And the game summary.
Well, even score. The turnovers are a killer, though. The three-point field goals, we expect Princeton to shoot quite a few of them. They'll get on a roll at certain times. The team foul. The frustrating part for the Big Ten school, Michigan State, they're a physical team. If there are a lot of whistles, that is a huge disadvantage.
Now, don't forget, coming up on Pennzoil at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, and Dean Smith will get you updated on all the tournament news, scores and highlights, plus a live look at all the action going on in the NCAA tournament. That's coming up on Pennzoil at the half. And your impressions of the first half of play.
Now, solid game. Mateen Cleves has been outstanding. And again, Princeton is a team of runs by their jump shooting. They miss a few, they hang in there with their defense, then they'll make a few, they crawl back in. Tom Izzo, I think, will address at halftime the turnover factor.
A 1 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock.
And Brian Earl should just stay on Mateen Cleves and deny him because Mateen wants the ball. A little too late.
10 to shoot. Smith. Back door. Oh, got him on their own play.
Hey, they got him. They caught him.
Charlie Bell.
Something was up Tom Izzo's sleeve.
And that's it. What an ending to the first half. A backdoor play by the Michigan State Spartans.
Well, all set up. Look at Cleves, and then Smith will bounce outside. He's going to dribble in, and watch a fake by Charlie Bell. The outside foot plants hard, and then boom, the hard cut. Some of the old medicine back to the Princeton Tigers. Set up perfectly.
Here's Armin Katayan.
Tom, you wanted your team to play championship defense. Are you pleased with what you've seen so far?
No, I'm very disappointed in our defense right now. I don't think we're getting down and doing the things that we got to do, and they're making some good cuts. We've taken away some of the bad cuts, but I don't think we're checking like we're capable of checking. Whether that's a good news or bad news, I don't know yet.
What do you do in the second half?
Well, we're going to try to shore up our defense a little bit, and they've done a great job on us. We haven't been able to run our offense real well, so we're going to have to try to come up with a couple of things. They're switching. They're doing a great job.
Thanks, Coach. Gus, back to you.
All right, Armin, that's the end of the first half with the score. Michigan State leads Princeton 33-31. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA basketball championship will continue after this message.